Here we are reminding her about how to back. She's being really good about it. A bit resistant, although in her defense I did get out of position. But she's doing really well, and if you'll notice there towards the end, I have virtually no pressure on the rope and just basically guiding her backwards. So I was real pleased with that. Here, I'm asking her to yield her shoulder. In other words, I'm asking her to do a turn on the haunches. She's getting really good at this, particularly going in this direction. We did go both directions, and she's a little bit more resistant on the other way. But she's getting there, and she was being really good. So I was quite pleased with how well she's doing it, and she's actually doing it correctly. So I was real happy about that. Now I'm asking her to yield her haunches, her rear end, and her hip, moving it around. She already knows this, but I'm asking her probably in a little bit different way than she was originally taught. So I was real pleased that she just kind of said, "Oh yeah, okay, that's good." Here, this is pretty much the meat of what we're trying to do. What I'm trying to get her to do, which is to understand voice commands and to obviously first and foremost working on ho, because as far as I'm concerned, is when you are training a horse, you've got to have brakes, and if you don't have brakes, you're not training your horse. You're not going to move forward particularly, because you've got to be able to control them, and they need to understand that even if they're confused by signals and what you're asking them to do, or if they should get scared, that something familiar, which is ho, is something that they know exactly what that means. She's getting pretty good at it. Here I'm asking her to trot and to learn that voice command. She's got walk down pretty well, and so we're moving on to the trot. Got a ways to go yet, but this is also really only introduced this to her, I think once before. And so I was very, very happy with the fact that she seemed to remember. Keeping it going for more than one way around there is tough sometimes. Here, this is more of an example because we picked up all 4 feet. And this was an example of while she pretty readily picked it up, she wanted to pull it away, and that's not permissible. And so we had to, even though she pulled it out of my hands there, I picked it up again because she has to let me put it down. It's my decision when the foot gets put down. And so, and she did. She gave into it pretty easily, and so that was pretty much where we quit. And I was very pleased with her. I think a very good overall training session.